base. Unfortunately, it's not an Air Force base. I mean, I'm an Air Force guy, so it comes close. And we are on the airport, so it's even closer. But this is a logistical base. This always has been and always will be. And if you look at this base, you have to go back quite a way in time to look at the 1940s and 1950s when everything started. After the Second World War, the Germans were not allowed to have any armed forces. Most of you might remember that, or have read it in history or heard about that. Until something happened which we all didn't like. It was basically the Cold War when it started. And after a couple of years, people came to recognize that it might be important for Germany to have their own standing forces. Since the location of Germany at the time was a strategic, very important in the middle of Europe. So basically talks started to set up with a rearmament with the German armed forces. It wasn't even popular with the Germans themselves. There were very big discussions. Nobody wanted that. We just lost the Second World War. Lots of pain was done. Nobody really wanted it. But it became a necessity. So in 1955, the German armed forces, the Bundeswehr as we call it, were established. That was on June 6, 1955. And on July 13th, 1955, the US ambassador to Germany, Mr. Conant, signed a treaty with the German Chancellor who were handing over the first weapons, equipment, and military equipment to get the German military started. And basically on these kind of events, the friendship between the United States and Germany has been founded. And it has been going on for many, many years. In 1960, we had the first units, military units, coming to the United States. One major unit was a German military representative who was basically hosted in Washington. I think it was Brandywine Street or somewhere down there. Yeah, that's where everything started. And they were responsible for solving all the problems related with foreign military sales. That was logistics. And all the military guys knows it. I mean, the ops guys always think they're the most important ones. Yeah? But they keep on forgetting, if the other guys don't work, they're not going to do anything. But still, I mean, like I said, logistics is still, always a little bit behind, but they were the first ones to get established over here. After trying a couple of facilities which didn't work out, we came to the agreement and conclusion that it might be a good idea to go to this airport. I'm not sure if anybody was around in the 70s, but in 1974, when this building was built, and I still have 2 workers in my warehouse who started in 74 in this facility. Wow. They told me they could go outside back there and play a golf ball all the way over there. Nobody would care. That was in 74. So you basically can see this facility has a very long tradition. And it used to be called GMR, German Military Representative. And you can still see the sign. It's just been painted over. We had it painted over in green because we had a different name change a couple of years ago. So this is how this facility got started. We've been basically doing all kinds of logistics. Every year I have about 1,000 tons of military equipment going in by air freight in and out of this facility. It amounts to about $300 in volume, and it's a lot of work with US Customs, which works great and perfect in this facility. If you have 40 years of working relationship, you can't complain about anything. So that's something we really appreciate over here. And of course, over all those years, we've had a lot of German military personnel stationed within the United States. If you count them all together, we probably come close to 25,000, maybe even more, who had the opportunity to stay to 3 or 4 years within the United States. And I can tell you, everybody loved it. And everybody has been grateful for being here. And so I have the opportunity to thank you for all those guys who have been here, the guys, the women, the families who had the opportunity to stay over here, to say thank you for the host you have been, and it's a pleasure to work with you. That's something I really want to appreciate and do say in this round I have over here. Before we go on now, there's one more thing I would like to show you later on. I will give you the opportunity to follow me outside. And like I said, I can't show you an Air Force base, but I can show you logistical base. We will be going outside here, walking around to the back where you can see the airport. I explained some features we have over here. And we will take a look inside this warehouse you see back there, which is one of the biggest warehouses at this airport. And who knows, maybe in the future it might even be something that other nations can use. Besides those things, I would like to thank you for being here tonight, to giving us and the other military guys who are here the chance to talk to you, to say thank you, to communicate, and I hope that we will all have a pleasant night evening. Thank you very much.